Alrighty. Hey. Hey guys. Just popping in to say hello. I'm at one of my favorite little spots here. I don't know if you can see, but there's some artwork behind me. Or maybe it's not there. There you go. So usually you'll find me in a place where there's art or possibly falling books. Um, I'm there. Anywho, so I just wanted to share this with you. I've been thinking a lot about love and trying to resolve how I feel about love, what's really love, what's not love, blah blah blah. I feel like for the first time I actually love someone, and uh, just learning what that means to me and how that feels. And sometimes when I need advice, like sometimes I write it out. Sometimes I have so much going on in my head, and it's just like I'm screaming at myself in my writing, like, "Oh, why don't you know the answer?" That I just kind of like always turn to J. California Cooper, one of my favorite writers, who writes about love and relationships. Some of her stories are a little sad, but she kind of gives me um, hope for finding loves in other ways, because I think we always look for love in romantic settings. And, we always look for love in a companion, and sometimes you can find love in other people, things, and self mastery. I often forget that, you know, because I'm young and I want to, you know, I see other people in relationships, so I want to be in relationships and stuff like that. But sometimes that isn't important or necessary at certain points of your life. So I have been thinking about that a lot. J. California Cooper gave me a lot of words to digest and to absorb. It's the same thing, digest and absorb. But yeah, like I feel like I have loved ones in my life. But it feels lonely at the same time, like living in the city where I'm just like starting new friendships and foundation and not having a backstory with them has just been very difficult this last year. And I feel like I don't have a close friend that I can physically talk to and go with, eat with, and talk to. And I think I said that twice. Basically, I don't have a girlfriend or a guy friend that I can physically do things with, and that's been just very frustrating. Oh, irritating. But on the flip side, I have many people who do love me, and they don't live here, but they definitely are supportive in many different ways, especially emotionally. And so that's been kind of interesting to digest. I am not a person who likes to spend a lot of time by herself. I like spending time by myself. Don't get me wrong. But to have constant solitude like where I'm at now and just thinking space and not having as many social events or being active as I used to be has just really been draining and frustrating for me. And I was talking to some friends about it here recently, and my friend was telling me, my dear friend was telling me that it was just time maybe to kind of not hold on to, because I have some connections that I need to let go, but not to hold on to those connections just because the sake of saying you have friends or you have people around you and they really aren't for you. So I digest that after having another conversation, and I actually was able to just not be scared and say, like I'm just tired of rebuilding. Like don't want to rebuild. I don't want to start a friendship over. Because I really sincerely have a lot of abandonment issues. Like meet somebody, then they leave, then you're all vulnerable and shit. And then like, oh man, like I messed up and told him all this stuff. Not probably think I'm this crazy vulnerable person, and I have to let that go. I have to let all that go. Like, whoo, like just can't sit around and dwell on what people's opinions are about you or look for them for validation to say that you're fine, you're normal. You're normal. The fuck is normal? So, there is no normal. Um, and so I've just came to terms with that. And so J. California Cooper, her approach is to find love in many other ways, through and her stories are very simple. Very simple. She talks about God. That's a whole other topic I'm starting to explore too, theology and where I stand with that. But different video. But she talks a lot about just finding love in like marriage and death, relationships, circumstances, and just really things that happen to everyday people. Because sometimes I think for myself, with the idea of love or what ideologies I have about what love should look like or what it should be like, I have this idea that it's going to be perfect, it's going to be rosy, you're not going to be frustrated, you're not going to be mad, you're not going to be pissed off. Sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes I try to just be agreeable so I won't have those moments of anger and frustration and all that crap. Not to say that you would be dysfunctional and just go off the handle with people, but on the same notion, you can't expect those things not to come up or for relationships to end, or you off. So I am starting to come to terms with that, with where my friendships, my relationships are, and what love I have and to accept that. So I hope that ramble made sense. But if you're not familiar with J. California Cooper, I recommend her if you want to read something that's about, she's just a storyteller about love and life, just a lot of things that a lot of women and men endure, through relationships, and to give you a perspective that there's always this silver lining. And that's what I love about her stories, because like I can't go through a story that's just very sad and come to the end of it and just like it's just sad. I never understand that crap. But she just makes me feel really warm, and I cry. Every book I cry. This book, I don't know how I missed this one here. I actually found it at my aunt's. I stole a lot of books. But I mean stole. I just told her I was taking them. She knew I was taking them. So I guess I just asked for them. So I took a few books from her. I can't remember what they are, but they vary from topics of like love to money to acting, because I took some playbooks. So as I start to read them, I'll start to talk about them. I think this will be helpful. I've been trying to write, but sometimes, like, I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but sometimes I feel like my writer's voice is just talking. Like that one movie with, what's his name? Will Ferrell, where, like, he's, like, going through his life, and there's this lady talking, and she's narrating his life. That's what I feel like my writer's voice is doing sometimes. Like, I feel like I'll be doing something, and then my writer's voice will just kick in, and she'll just be like, and I can't get the paper or pen. So I thought about, like, buying myself a recorder, and kind of record it. But what I've been doing is that I've been recording myself when I have those moments. Not with camera face to face, because that's just too intimidating for me to see myself in those moments. But I do record my voice, and kind of from my phone. But my phone is I have so much music on my phone, I don't have enough memory to hold all those little moments. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna buy a recorder or something, and that would help me with my writing, I think. But yeah, so I have this little writer voice, and she just goes, it's a mini Kaziah, and she says, and Kaziah thought that the blah 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 blah, and I blah blah blah, and blah 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 blah. I don't know what she says. I can't give you one, but she just basically starts talking. I'll wake up and she'll start talking. She'll just be like, and so I'm thinking about this, and then she'll be writing a piece in her head. I'm talking about her like she's not a part of me, but anyways, so I'm gonna end this video before it becomes a little too strange, and I'll see you next time. I'm trying to get better about making the videos a little smoother. Yeah, what else I'm thinking about doing? Oh, and I'm gonna do some videos about my art. I have some art that I have not shown people because it's in my portfolio, and I haven't like taken pictures of it and scanned it. So, and this one particular piece I really want to share. So I think that's what I'm gonna do next in my video. But I've just kind of been making videos just to spare a moment when I am ready to. So when moon strikes me, I'll get better at making. I think. All right, so I think that's it. That's all we have to talk about. Peace.